Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. So yeah, we're going to catch you up on what's going on.
Yeah, little bit of a change of plans and some things happened.
Yeah.
And the reason we're sharing this, we want to start right off the bat. This is very important. We are sharing what happened because you're going to see some changes in something that's like pretty glaringly. Is it glaringly or blaringly?
I think glaring.
Okay, it's glaringly obvious. Over the next couple of weeks, number one. And number two, we figured this is also a good opportunity to talk about and address safety.
There's a message.
Of it. There's a message in it. But the thing is, we share videos just about every day showing our faces. And if we don't talk about what happened, it would just be weird to all of a sudden see something that looks really different. So
even weirder, I'm wearing sunglasses inside.
Yeah, that's another thing.
We should have addressed the elephant in the room right off the bat.
Yeah, you're right though. Like you're wearing sunglasses inside. So we are going to talk about like our original plans.
There's a reason.
Yes, what happened, and then of course relay the information and what we learned from this and everything. So starting off right off the bat, we are going to also say this does involve an injury that happened to Spencer. That's why he's wearing sunglasses. We're not sure exactly what we're gonna show at this point, but if it makes you uncomfortable to see any kind of an injury, maybe, turn away or don't watch. We'll let you know before we show anything.
We're not showing any of the red stuff.
No. Yeah.
That's all. So just know that.
But yeah, if in case it makes you uncomfortable to see somebody getting injured or something like that or talk about it, then we'll let you know when we start talking about that. But first, let's talk about how we had some plans for our video that would have came out probably tonight, I think, or maybe the next day.
Probably tomorrow.
So originally you watched, and a lot of people have loved our camping videos.
We did a couple of them.
Yeah, beach camping. So at the request of everybody, we were like, hey, plus what we wanted to do.
We wanted to, yeah. I've been campaigning to go back to the beach, because I've been on the surfing thing. And so anytime that I see an open window and the weather's right or whatever, I'm like, hey, let's try. And then Katie had found a little Doheny site.
Yeah, so I guess that's where I was alluding to about where more people wanted to see more. So we last time shared Doheny, we shared the right on the beach front, spot. A ton of people reached out and they were like, hey, but what about the other spots? Like, can you try and get one of those?
Yeah.
So as luck would have it, and there was, I think, a swell, right?
There were some waves, yeah. And I think...
so as luck would have it, though, I got a spot.
Yeah, and it's a tough one to get. It's a small little campground, and being that it is a surfing spot, usually the campgrounds that are by surf spots are always taken because... surf camping, how cool, right? It's unreal. It's really fun. So yeah, that was the plan, and we were super excited. We, the check-in down there, like most of the state parks on the coast there, it's like 2 o'clock. So it works for us because we wake up late sometimes.
Yeah, we did this day.
Yeah.
And so we had the car packed up, we were good to go, but we actually, even waking up a little bit late, we were down there quite early.
Yeah.
And
we were down there at 12:30.
Yeah.
And it's nearby San Clemente. That's one of the neighboring towns of Dana Point where Doheny is. And there's a pump track there. Now some people are probably going, what's a pump track? So here's a picture of what a pump track looks like. It started out with bicycles. They were like tracks for bicycles that had the little whoop-de-doos and then the big turns, That's kind of where it originated. Since then, they've been a multi-use type of track where skateboards, scooters, bikes, rollerblades, roller skates, whatever, can utilize these things, and they're becoming more prevalent in parks. I think they're relatively cheap to produce, in comparison to some other, public park projects and things like that. It's kind of a low impact situation. So you see people of all types, sizes, ages. It's a really cool, inclusive type of thing. And you might see one pop up in your neighborhood and maybe you're wondering what it was.
To put this into perspective, I think backing up and kind of zooming out a little bit, when you guys watch our videos, you're seeing maybe 20 to 40% of our day.
Sure.
Right? So obviously, like most normal people, you go out for exercise, you get fresh air, you do other things, you take care of your house, your kids, your family, whatever it may be. So for us, we have our exercise routines, and that includes, we go play racquetball together.
Yep.
Spence likes to play basketball. We have a little basketball court over here.
We ride bikes.
We hike. Spencer is one of those things, when I go to my workout classes, he skateboards.
Yep.
So pump track is one of those things that if we're out and about, he goes and does the pump track, and
Yep.
then usually it's at a park, and Greta and I, either watch, and sometimes I videotape him or record, only because he's like, oh, I kind of want to see what my form looks like. Now, the pump track thing for him is a good cardio and lower body workout, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So like whenever he goes, I want to go to
some core too, some core and lower, and
stability,
then and cardio.
Yeah, so
but also some coordination, some serious coordination.
Yeah.
But
so the point of that is, though, why I'm telling you this isn't like, this wasn't one of those things that like, oh, hey, I just want to go try out this new pump track I haven't gone to. It's more like, this is the routine that we normally do. Right.
We just hadn't been to this track yet, but
yeah, it was like, again, it's something that normally, like I said, if we're in Palm Springs, we go to the LA one by LAX. Like, that's our normal rhythm. For him is skateboarding. I go to my class, or I do a workout DVD, something like that.
And why we're saying that is because, it's not just like oh, hey, I want to try this
I've never done this before.
So we went up there because I figured, I could get a few laps in and warm up, and it's always, for some reason, skateboarding is a good a warm up for like snowboarding or surfing. For some reason, I would always skateboard in the parking lot at Topanga before I surfed.
Yeah,
it would just sharpen me up and just get my like.
You had said though in the car, you're like, I really want to do a nice lower body workout, because surfing for me right now has been so upper body.
Yeah.
So that was like,
and it mostly is.
Yeah.
Unless you're at some really long wave and you happen to be up for more than like 35 seconds or something like that, which is pretty rare.
Right.
Otherwise, surfing is pretty much all upper body and then balance after that. But
yeah, and again, we had so much time to burn off, and plus, I was like, well, I'll take her to the dog park. There's a little dog park next door. So that being said, we went to the skate park, and
you have a couple clips, right, of me going through?
Yeah, I do. And again, you had said, hey, I think try and get a couple. Again, I don't always film him at all.
I just wanted to see.
Sometimes I do,
because it's a new. Yeah. It was kind of a newer track for me. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to see my line. Mm-hmm. And if you know that kind of stuff, like drawing the line through, meaning like where your path basically, and you can choose a lot of different ways to navigate these things. So yeah, I wanted to see that. Katie, tell her, oh, go stand over there and see if you can get a few clips.
And I did. You had been there for like, I don't know,
an
45
hour.
minutes. Yeah, hanging out with. Sometimes you'll meet people there, and like one guy I think was like in his 60s, just totally crushing it.
I was talking to him, and
he was getting his workout. There was another guy around my age. There's of course kids there. I mean, it's and another thing too, like we've gone to pump tracks before, and if there's too many people, too many kids, because kids are having fun, like
we just don't go.
Yeah, like a lot of kids on bikes will use it for like training purposes, and some kids on bikes are purely just going wee because it's fun. Like every time we go to the pump track, I'm always like, man, why didn't they have this when I was a kid? I would have had so much fun with my little mermaid bike. Oh, it would have been so much fun. But anyway,
and so that brings up the next point is that because it's so inclusive to all ages and all types and everything, you got the tykes in there and their little bikes, and they're wearing their helmets and everything, and they're good. They just flow through there. They follow each other, all that stuff.
Yeah, and they have a little kids section, like little tiny one.
They have a small one.
But the kids also will go over to the bigger track. Yeah. And again, like Spence said, they kind of just follow the line.
They're allowed to. I mean,
it's not delegated to one or another. Like sometimes in the LAX one, I know there's like days where it's alternating, where they'll yield.
BMX is priority, like bicycle priority. Skateboard is priority on different days.
It alternates different days. So that wasn't the case with this track that we were aware of. So again, it's a pretty mellow day. There was probably only like maybe 7 sets of kids there, a couple adults.
Yeah.
It was pretty normal standard fare, and you'd done it for about 45 minutes. You're sweating.
I was getting my line figured out, and
then just before we were getting ready to go, you were like, hey, okay, now that I've like practiced a little bit, can you film me so that I can watch my footage back and see what my form's looking like? So
and the first turn, I wanted to see the first turn because that's where I, had a good amount of speed, and I could, whip the turn around, and it's like it just feels really good, and it's a fun little thing. That's why I like those tracks.
I got those clips, and then I'll show you. I got the clip, but unfortunately, I was holding Greta. And the little backboard there, it was a little too much in the way, so we couldn't see
in the bowl so much.
Yeah, so we reset, and Spence goes again, and again, you wait for the kids, and the kids we had done this how many times, they just go through.
You got to be patient because they're not aware of us because we're adults, and you remember being a kid. Adults just don't exist.
No, yeah, you're just living your life and happy.
So I just wait, and I see a good gap, and they've either stopped and gotten distracted, with talking to their parents or who knows what. I just wait for a good gap, and you got to wait though a long time sometimes.
Yeah, which is fine. That's part of it.
I'm used to it with surfing, waiting for a wave.
And it's good when you're working out because you kind of get a little break.
Well, I need to rest anyways. Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, the kids go through like normal.
Yeah.
Spence goes, he waits for his little gap, and he goes.
And how it works too is like, it's all connected in the end. It's like a figure 8 type of thing, but then they can come through and keep going. Mm-hmm. And then I'm at a starting position that rolls into that. Mm-hmm. So if they want to keep going, they can. So I have to make sure they're not going to keep going and that there's nobody dropping in. It's a combination of 2 things that I have to look out for. So okay, cool. Nobody's coming around. So I go. Katie's up there, pump a few of the berms. I start to go through the turn. And when you're in a turn, you're looking ahead to where you're going. And so as I start setting the turn, I look and the kids had stopped right in the middle of the track. So essentially when I'm going to be coming out of this turn, it's going to spit me right into 3 small kids, and it doesn't even matter really who it is. If anybody's in the way, I'm going to try to avoid it at all costs. But I'm not going really fast, but I'm in the track and I'm moving, and it's kind of hard to break out of that. Mm-hmm. So I changed my line mid-wall, and I rolled over the back of the berm where there's still some blacktop over there, but it's kind of out of bounds in a sense to go around the kids.
You didn't even make it to that point, though. Like, you literally...
I got to right about where they were and tried to get myself back on the track.
Right.
And it was so slippery over there. There was like sand or dirt or something. I mean, it felt like ice. My board just went, whoop. And I have like really soft, sticky wheels for that reason. Like, I have old guy wheels. So that when I'm riding down the sidewalk, if I hit a pebble or a crack, I'm not going to go flying. I can't afford that at an older age. So I have the old guy sticky soft wheels. Well, they slid out like hard street wheels, and the kids that ride street boards have really hard wheels, and they won't hold at all. And so it got out so fast that I couldn't even really. I think I got my hand under me a little bit because I jammed my wrist pretty good, but pretty much like slammed into the next berm and just whacked my head pretty good, like hard to where I couldn't control it. But I was wearing a helmet. But the weird thing was I hit so hard, the helmet, strapped on and everything, flew off.
Strapped on tight.
Strapped on tight. This park requires a helmet, which thank goodness, because I don't often wear them at the other parks. Mm-hmm. Because it's so mellow, the pump track thing is pretty mellow, and you look at most of the people riding it are not wearing a helmet, and they're just cruising, and you kind of think about, nobody's going in the air, and nobody's like trying to like ollie or rail slide or any of that stuff. They're just cruising.
It's very different.
It's like surfer skating.
Yeah, it's very different than what are those things called?
Half pipe.
Like a half pipe, or like
or a street course or anything like that.
Right, it's nothing like that. When you look at like a skate park, that's a lot more advanced than a pump track.
Right.
A pump track looks, again, I'm not a skateboarder, I know nothing.
But herein comes the lesson for me, is that regardless of that, yes, it is a little bit more forgiving in that way. Probably way less injuries than a regular skate park, I would say exponentially. But is there still potential to hurt yourself? Yeah. It's like when people train in foam pits. Have you ever seen a foam pit? Like gymnastics started doing it, and then it got into action sports. They started using it to jump into foam pits to practice. Airbags they use now, but you can still get injured doing that. It's like, just because it's, mitigated doesn't mean it's completely safe. So I slammed pretty good. I haven't slammed that hard. It might have been my hardest slam ever on a skateboard. I have to say, at 54, your hardest slam is not good. So the strap was set for when I was a lot skinnier. And so I put that strap on and it was like choking me out. But the helmet flew off. I hit so hard the helmet flew off. But the helmet has divot marks on it. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you guys the helmet, and I noticed some things that I didn't notice yesterday. It's an older helmet. You can see the stickers are kind of worn off and everything, but it still was, working just fine. This right there is where the impact was. You can see all those marks. Center frame right there. They're pretty good divots. They're not just scrapes. A couple of them go down a full layer, it looks like. Anyways, there's even a chip right there. And all the way to the edge. Now here's the crazy thing. You can see how it's normally connected right there. The pad and then the outer shell. But if you look to where my impact was, right here, look at the separation, because the outer shell smashed the padding all the way like that. And so you got a permanent deficiency right there. Look how much thinner the padding is here compared to there, the other side, the symmetrical side. Yeah, new helmets in order for sure. That's too much, huh? If I would have hit that hard with my head, I don't know that I'd be even sitting here talking to you. I definitely wouldn't be. I'd probably be in a hospital if I was lucky.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I haven't shown it to you guys yet because it's a pretty good rocky shiner, man. It's legit.
It's pretty gnarly. But the point is, though, backing up to what happened.
Yeah.
Had I seen the kids had stopped, I would have flagged them down. Don't go. But that's how sudden it happened.
And they're little.
They're so little that
they get hidden behind the rollers and the berms and things.
You can kind of see from the video. If you were where the parents are sitting, and most people could see, even Spence when he's kind of dropping in that 5 seconds that he had dropped in, they had all accumulated and stopped around the hill. The unfortunate part is that's kind of against the, I want to say rules, but that's
no,
what
it is. You're not really.
You're not supposed to stop on the track like that. And now again, if one kid would have stopped, it wouldn't have been a problem because there would have been room to go around. 2 kids even, maybe. But 3 or 4, they took up most of the way to go.
Well,
you had this tiny little thing, and you have to remember it's not flat ground. You're coming out of a turn.
If there wasn't sand over there, I would have made it around. I would have just went whoop and weaseled around them. And I might have slid.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been what happened.
That thing washed out like I was on ice, and my front foot got out from under me, and that's the worst thing because you can't recover.
Yeah.
But I will say that, I said to them on the way out, because I had just smashed my head, and I said to them, hey guys, you can't stop like that. And they were like, sorry, they didn't mean it.
No, and again, they were
very cool about it, and they're, it's like they're kids. I want to
make that clear when I say all that.
Yeah.
They're kids. They don't, if anything, maybe again, and I would have said maybe the parents would have reminded them, hey, you guys don't make sure, because, and it's not necessarily for what happened to Spence, it's for their safety.
Them
because
too.
Can you imagine if Spencer would have plowed into them, a grown man with their bicycles, that could have lacerated them? I mean, I don't even want to think about what could have happened to those children.
Yeah.
That more or less was the first thing.
The weight to weight ratio alone.
Oh, the first thing that I was of course worried about Spence, but I was like, please don't let any of those kids get hurt.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to blame the kids, because again, that's not when you're that age, you're
Well, it's
not
like-
worried about all that.
No,
But the
it's
parents
like-
couldn't even see. So that's another
We don't-
layer to this.
Well, yeah,
though.
no, we don't necessarily blame them, but yes, it was their fault
Yeah.
for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then, I consequently got hurt because of it. It's like there's a thing at it's like with surfing, especially at a place like Pipeline in Hawaii. It's a dangerous spot. It's really shallow, and so if you burn somebody, you snake somebody, you cut them off, you put them in a precarious position of danger now because they're not making the wave and they're going to get buried into the reef because you didn't think about somebody else or something. So it falls into that category of like, it's a good lesson for them that, I got away pretty unscathed, to a degree, and they learned a valuable lesson. So maybe it was a good thing for them, because we did hear the parents when we were walking away, talking to them about it and saying, hey, you guys,
it's a good reminder,
right? And they
But
were all
again,
very
it's
cool
not- it's,
about
It's a
it.
hard
and,
thing though, because again, like I had said, the parents couldn't see it happen so fast.
Yeah.
So it's like it's when we saying like, yeah, the kids definitely them being there caused what happened, but it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
And the kids aren't thinking about, if I stop here, this could happen. You don't
No.
have that at that age.
No,
That's
no.
not their response. They're just trying to have fun and live their lives. And,
Yeah.
again, the point of that whole
They were probably so
thing-
weirded out, like, who's this weird old guy that just
Yeah.
fell?
But y'all have been there like for an hour, like
Oh, no, I
45
know.
minutes at least. So there's a lot that goes into that. But the point of it is, we were just so thankful that these kids didn't get seriously injured. Unfortunately, Spence got, if you think about it, what happened though, you basically got hit really hard in the eye and the face with your helmet versus I just smacked my face on pavement. And I don't know. We went to urgent care, by the way, spoiler alert.
Yeah, we did.
They had said, like, if you didn't have a helmet on, I don't know if you'd be here right now.
To where it
So-
was, and I think I definitely would have broken this, whatever that bone is above your eye,
Yeah.
100%, based on what I saw in the helmet and how hard I hit. Now, when I hit, I thought, because I normally don't wear a helmet a lot in general anymore because I don't do those kind of things. When you know what I mean? So like when I hit, it felt like I hit straight pavement. I thought I did.
Yeah.
I honestly thought I did, right? And I hit, it was such a fast throwdown and a smack that like, it's one of those ones where you don't feel it right away. You're like, whoa, uh-oh. And it swelled up so quick,
It
like
was
a golf ball.
instantaneous.
And when I went to touch it, I thought, uh-oh. I thought that I had severed it up there on that radial bone. Is that what that is? Like boxers, they always
Orbital.
get cut right there. Cut me, Mick, cut me.
It's kind of like an orbit. I think it's your orbital
Yeah.
socket.
I mean, it's a common place, where it gets cut right there. So I thought, because I'd hit so hard right there, that I'd smashed it and that it was hanging off. That's what I honestly thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to her and the older guy to the skateboard. I don't know who I went to first, but I was just like,
Well, you walked away, so
Yeah, I walked away and I
everybody was
just-
walking towards you.
I said, do I need stitches? What do you think? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Because the problem is when your bone, the eyebrow, we'll call it, hit the helmet, it caused an abrasion.
hematoma,
Right.
smashed everything.
No, I'm talking about the skin. It caused an abrasion, so there was the red stuff, if you will, and that's why it was like, ooh, I don't know, like, because you couldn't really tell if it was like cut up, if that makes sense. But the problem is the thing that was glaring that everybody was seeing is that, and again, I don't know what I can show. I'm not sure,
We
but
can't show the red. So you're going to see any photo where that might be in there. It's going to be covered.
yeah.
But you'll see,
Like
other
that
stuff.
it was like I would say the bump was the size of, like, I won't say a golf ball, but probably a tad smaller than a golf ball. Maybe a ping pong ball,
Okay.
I would say, because that's
Yeah.
smaller than a golf. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Pretty
But,
wild when you think about the fact that there's not really any meat right there.
yeah. And the point
Like, what is all that right
what
there?
we did is we went straight to urgent care, which was 4 minutes away.
Yeah.
And thankfully we had ice in the car, like ice packs, because we were going camping. We had the whole car packed up, and I mean packed up. So trying to find stuff and then trying to get there. So we also had Greta with us. That was another thing. And you can't really bring them into a medical center. So Spence goes in. Thankfully, our friend Cheryl was close enough
Thank you,
at
Cheryl.
the time. Thank you. She came down. Greta knows her as well, so she sat with Greta, and we went back in there. The doctor checked for concussion, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, check the ears for bleeding. You never know, man. When you hit hard like that,
Yeah, and then you also kind of like banged up your wrist and knee, which was fine.
Yeah,
but
no, my wrist is pretty jammed, but it's not. There wasn't any swelling, and he checked it out too because I was like, ooh, I can't turn it really that well right now. It hurt when I go like this. It hurts, man. But I'm gonna keep just stretching it out, and I'll get it back. But
it was just better to be on the safe side. Like we were pretty sure by looking at it that it was really just going to be a big black eye.
And I knew right away that I didn't have a concussion because I've had one before, and it comes instant. Like the symptoms that I had the first time I had one, it was like in 3rd grade. But it smacked my head, and it was instant concussion symptoms, you know what I mean? Because and this was like I was really clear-headed, and like it kind of hurt a little, but not much, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna hurt, kind of thing. And I had my wits about me, and it was just kind of like, I was just sweating, and I think I went into shock too, so I was sweating even more.
Yeah, that was just like there was a lot of adrenaline and not knowing what was going on, but also kind of so it was a lot. But
yeah, I started blacking out as we were driving to the what do you call it?
Urgent care.
Urgent care. Yeah, I was like, I'm seeing white spots, Katie, and then I was like, and like I started drinking Diet Coke. So I kind of came back by the time we got there and was like,
I think you were just like, the adrenaline and the shock of like what happened.
Because, well, I looked at it in the mirror and I was like, oh.
But yeah, so there it is. Like you can kind of see what it looked like. So yeah, we got it checked out, and then of course we headed home. And here's a clip when we got home and you were icing it with your frozen peas, so you can see that.
I iced it all night and slept, okay. I just the anxiety of it kind of woke me up a little early, where I was like, okay, I'm awake now. Like I don't want to be. I was worried about like rolling over on it or that kind of thing. But
you were saying like you don't really have a headache.
It's very surprising.
I'm actually not surprised though, looking back, because really what happened is you basically, instead of face meeting pavement and who knows what else, or even hitting kids, I don't even want to think about that, but you basically got walloped in the face with a helmet. And if you ask me, that's why I think it's more like I just have physical damage from the shock of what happened hitting a helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
well, I mean, that happens. I mean, with pads and helmets, you can still get, injured. It's just mitigating it a little bit. It's softening the blow to a degree. So part of the takeaway that we wanted to talk about too was like the helmet safety thing of like, I'm wearing a helmet like full time if I ever do that anywhere at all, because if I'm rolling around here, if I'm rolling around on pavement, I'm 6 feet tall, 6'1". That's a far distance. And when it was like, man, I went from 6 feet to ground so fast. You know what I mean? And so, especially at my age, right? So, but anyways, it was like, I'm going to buy a new helmet because there's kind of a thing with that. Like once you smash one, it's like, they're never really the same. I know that's more for like motorcycle stuff, but like, I think I'm going to retire that one. It's one of my old mountain board helmets anyways. And I think it'd be a good time to retire and get like a pretty good one. I've seen some cool things.
I'm definitely getting a helmet for the scooter now, and I've fallen on my
for the scooter
before.
Exactly. That was another thing I was going to say, because we've kind of gotten away with that, and you've eaten it a few times. But with skateboarding, it was always a weird thing with like, the culture of it was always kind of anti-helmet because it was cool. I think similar to like motorcycles, it was the same thing. But there's a guy that I follow now, unbelievable skater for Pal Peralta, called Andy Anderson. Go look him up. He's He's a Canadian, moved here. He lives down in Venice. He's such a great skater. He's combined, if you know about skateboarding, he's combined all the elements into one form of skateboarding. For like, he does it all. Freestyle, which doesn't exist much anymore. Street, vert, whatever. He does it all. He does his own version of things. But anyways, really fun to watch and like top of the game right now. He wears a helmet full time and he does like street stuff, and it's very unorthodox. You don't see it. You won't see it. Think about it. If you see kids skating around the city and they're riding a curb or doing something, they're not. You ever see them wearing a helmet? Nope. If it's a commercial, you'll see them wearing a helmet, and advertisement. The insurance companies won't even allow it otherwise. But yeah, Andy Anderson's a great role model for that, because you shouldn't feel, lesser for trying to protect yourself, or, I didn't even wear a helmet snowboarding for so many years, and just started, as of, the last maybe 10 years of snowboarding. I haven't done it much, but what I'm saying is got away with a lot, because it's all the things that you don't expect, like the kids blocking the track and me having to go off into the sand and slamming. That would never happen on my watch. As far as like, if I was in full control of my situation, that wouldn't have happened, but I wasn't because of a thing.
It's an outside force.
Right.
So the point of this is, though, wear your darn helmet.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big reason.
Yeah.
Again, we made this video because we have to tell you what happened. Like, we have to. That's just...
Yeah, because I'm going to show it to you guys.
Weird.
And we're going to, like,
You're
hopefully
gonna see,
don't get
course,
demonetized.
the other reality is, though, it is Halloween time and some nighttime events are coming up. And you can't really wear sunglasses at night. I mean, I guess you can, but it might look a little funny.
We'll just match the look on the whole face.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But the point is, you're going to be like, what happened? What happened? What happened? So we had to share it anyway. It is our channel. It's our life. It's everything going on. But the point is, it was a good opportunity to share the darn importance of a helmet. Ugh. Because my goodness, had you not had that helmet on, I genuinely don't even want to think about what would have happened to you.
I mean, it's very,
been so
I'm telling
bad.
you, it's, I know it didn't look that heavy on the video, but like that's an end game type of injury, I mean, all it takes, you have to remember, all it takes is one good hit and you are like, your life is changed forever. Like, it takes ended, one good hit. Yeah. So yeah, wear your helmet. I'm going to go get a new one. I'll let you guys know. Yeah,
I definitely will be wearing a helmet myself when we're on scooters, whatever we're doing, even on our bikes. Like, I want to be extra careful because, again, like, man, that was a really big eye-opener, and hopefully you guys take...
Or an eye closer.
Yeah, or an eye closer. Yeah, like, hopefully you guys take that as a lesson to yourselves. Maybe you're not into, doing anything on whatever, but if you are, wear a helmet, and even go as far, wear the knee pads, wear the elbow pads if you want. For him, the elbow, and you got your elbow banged up, right?
Elbow and knee are,
yeah,
but whatever.
It's all okay. But again,
surface,
those are
stuff. But
right.
I would recommend it.
Of course.
I probably will wear them. I'll probably wear a full set now. I don't know. I'm rethinking a lot of that because, at least for pump track, at least with the guy that I saw there who was 63, he was pretty geared up, and you get why, because
especially
it's almost like you're like, I'm gonna eat it. So, when I used to mountain board, which it was a hybrid of like snowboarding and skateboarding and mountain biking, if you can combine those, an off-road skateboard, basically a thing, which was downhill in the mountains with rocks and very dangerous. I mean, we would wear hockey pants that had the padding, all in the pants and the tailbone.
Right.
People were wearing shoulder pads and full face motocross helmet. I mean, it was like full on because we knew the
risk for injury.
Yeah, I'd even talked to Tony Hawk about it. I'd worked with him a bunch of times, and I'd asked him about mountain boarding because I was all into it at the time. I was like, "What do you think about that?" And he goes, "It's cool." He goes, "But I don't want to have to put on leathers to go ride." And I go, "Good point."
Fair point.
So yeah, it's. I'm rethinking a lot of that. You know what I mean?
This definitely, for us too, we looked at this. We're big believers in like the whole burnt toast theory. If something, we think that we're actually sure of it because you could just feel it in your bones. But like something way worse could have happened. Yeah. Maybe in the water. Maybe to.
Well, because we were on our way to another thing that was the intended thing. This was the diversion of like, oh, we have some time, let's go hit that or whatever.
So maybe we got saved from something way worse happening.
You just never know. And a lot of times you won't get that stuff revealed to you. Sometimes you do, but a lot of times you won't. It's not how the universe works. It's not going to tell you like, hey, guess what? You avoided this or that or whatever. It's just the way things work. I don't know. But we are firm believers of that a lot of times, especially when it's something that's like a speed bump. It's not a wall. You know, it's something that, okay, we can deal with this. We go to the urgent care, make sure we're okay, deal with the recovery. We're going to be back to normal soon. If this isn't something that, like, if anything, it life-changing in the sense of it changed our minds about how to deal with it, and safety-wise and all that. So that's it's a good thing. So we turned it into, like, oh, this thing that happened that I healed from was actually a lesson in disguise. You know, it was, and because it didn't end you, it was meant to teach you. What do I say? What doesn't end you?
Yeah, makes you stronger.
There you go, and you learn from it. So I learned a lot. It's like even talking right now about it and saying it out loud, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's unfortunate it, again, delayed you with the surfing thing again, but that's okay because it's only getting more hot in California. So we've still got plenty more to go, plenty more time.
True.
But again, you're going to see... maybe if you want to show everybody what it looks like today.
Because you've seen pictures already. But so yeah, if you're squeamish at all and you don't want to see this,
there's no blood or anything. It's just a black eye. So I just want to say, if you're squeamish to a black eye,
I'm not gonna go like close up, and I'm just gonna stay back here.
Yeah,
but
so you can see what it
go.
looks like. It's still pretty swollen, but you haven't even taken Advil yet.
No, we were avoiding that. I don't take Advil unless I need it, so I'm one of those people. So yeah, there it is, back on the glasses. Cause
nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I don't even like looking at it, to be honest with you.
It's weird for me looking at it, but it is kind of ironic. Remember how I ended up with my hurt eye during Christmas when the all on me, but
What is it with the eyes? Anyways,
something with us.
Also, just glad that nothing happened to my eye specifically. Like my goodness, like
anything
it was just
could have happened.
A whole host of things, and I remember saying it. Remember, I was like, "Well, I guess we're going home."
Yep.
And you're like, "Yep," and I was like, the fact that I could say that
was a good thing
because I did. I just when it's like, it's similar to like I just need to go home. I want to go and just lay down at home and just. You know what I mean?
And
I
that's
don't know
what
we
did. We got food and we
put on my
watched
edit pants, put
E.T.
on a robe, watched E.T., cried. It was awesome. So E.T.'s a very emotional movie for me because I saw it in the Cinerama Dome when it came out, 1981 or 2. I forget what year it was. My mom, my grandma, and I think I was the same age as Henry Thomas, or maybe a year older, the main character. So I identified with the movie big time, and. Man, I was crying all the way out through the parking lot, leaving because E.T. left, and I was so sad.
So thankfully you didn't cry that much yesterday.
No, I didn't, but I just, it gets me like, It
hits you in the feels, is what they say.
E.T.'s
so
great.
You got a hit to the eye and a hit to the feels yesterday.
Basically.
But also today, though, too, because looking back and, again, being very thankful because this could have been so much worse. And it's a good reminder even if there's 2 people watching this that are going to pump tracks, it's a good lesson to, wear your helmet, obviously, and protective gear, but don't stop on the track. Don't stop. And if you do have your little kids there, make sure that they're not stopping as much as possible.
Right. You think of it like a racetrack, even though it's not a racetrack, but you don't see anybody stopping on Talladega. You don't see anybody stopping at a motocross, supercross event at Anaheim Stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you don't want to do it because
you treat it like that.
The chances of getting hurt. That's like why when you go-kart racing, they say do not stop because somebody could come up and hit you. You could get whiplash. The amount of injuries that could happen are just astronomical. So it's a good lesson in that. And again, we believe that it saved us from something worse happening. Who knows? At the beach, you could have got whacked with a board on the back of your head and had a spinal cord injury. Anything could have happened. Yeah. So we are so grateful. Thank you to Cheryl who came down and watched Greta. It was thankfully, and that urgent care got us in and out in an hour. Yeah. So I mean, man, things could have been way worse.
Shout out Christian, the fellow skater up there that I met, the older guy. Like, thanks for looking out, man. And, if he sees this, I don't know if he's going to see it, but yeah, it was an
Could have been
interesting,
way worse.
interesting day up there at the old pump track.
Yeah, so now you'll know if you see Spence with a black eye for whatever reason, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
You're okay, though.
That's right. And I'll just look like a guy who wears sunglasses inside all the time. Cool guy.
I wear my sunglasses.
You know what I wanted to
inside.
do? I wanted so badly. Who's seen Airplane the movie? There was a point in the movie where they consult some airline guy about what to do about the plane being, not being able to land or whatever. And he's wearing glasses, and he wants to listen, I'm going to give you the facts. And he takes off the glasses, and he's wearing another pair of glasses under that for the mere fact that he can make another point and go, seriously, to do two pairs. I wanted to do that for this, but I don't have the right glasses to wear two pairs. I
Anyway.
was very excited about that. Katie's like, why did you tell that story? I'm like,
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And
I just got cut off.
Yes, you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, we couldn't do this channel without any of you. So thank you for taking your time to turn on the videos, to watch us, and to support us in any capacity. We really appreciate it. This channel would, again, I'm going to say it again, this would be nothing without all of you. So thank you.
Yeah, especially our Patreons and our members.
Yep.
Anybody who watches, we appreciate you, and we thank you for watching this one. Don't worry, I'll be back. Rare form. We got a lot of stuff going on anyway.
We do.
So,
I know the timing of this.
So stay tuned for a lot of content, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.